Just read an article on Conservative Tribune in defense of Western civilization. The title, absurd. Refugees threaten to go back to Syria if these demands are not met. Even though they're being fed, clothed, and sheltered by a number of European governments, some of the Syrian refugees have spoken out to let the world know that they weren't exactly thrilled with their current accommodations. Recently, in the Netherlands, during a shocking television segment about a fresh batch of Syrian migrants, a Dutch television reporter approached a Syrian after learning that they were sleeping outside in protest of the conditions they're living in. Quote, "This is not a life when you get inside a room without a TV, just a bed. There is no fridge, no lockers, no privacy," spouted an English-speaking Syrian woman with dyed red hair and nicer clothes than one might expect to see on a refugee. Quote, "We're going to stay outside because we don't want to eat this food, and we don't want to stay in the room. We're running away from our country because of the situation, and now we live in a jail," the woman continued, obviously disgusted by the modern safe living environment provided at taxpayers' expense. The next morning, the reporter talked to her again, and she remained steadfast in her protest of such harsh living conditions. She even complained about the allowance they were receiving courtesy of the government of the Netherlands. She told the stunned reporter that she thought they'd be better off going back to their Islamic State-infested Syrian homeland. Quote, "Here is not a life. There we know there is a war, but there is no life. You are sitting here in jail. It's the same situation, but in Syria you can live for real. They're giving us just 10 to 12 euros a week. It's not real," she complained. According to Breitbart, ironically, many immigrants have complained about the influx of additional refugees, with some admitting that the various European governments can't handle taking care of them all. Still, one would think that being given shelter in a new safe land would be enough for anyone who fled a war-torn country currently in shambles. I'll attach the link. There's a little video you might want to watch. Totally insane.